Thank you, Madam, for giving me the time to speak on such a important debate. Earlier, most of my speakers have, I think, spoken about the same sentiment that we all believe in. That sports is something, even if it's debated in Parliament today, it's way above politics. This is one sport, is one topic which unifies every nation. Whether it's us playing cricket, whether we're playing football, or we are doing sports. I think it's country versus another country, or a team versus a team. So I think the whole thing of the beauty of sports is it's a game of discipline, it's a game of teamwork, and it's a lot of hard work that goes behind it. My friend Gaurav Gogoi extensively spoke about all these issues. And I take this opportunity because eventually governance is a continuity. And I would like to compliment, and I would like to put it on record, that the contribution of Khelo India by this government is a very, very encouraging steps for the new generation. So I compliment the ministry. And I would like to bring on notice that the contribution of Kiran Rijiju has been substantial, and I think the whole House in one voice must compliment him for what he has contributed. And he's no more. And the same leadership has been shown by Anurag Thakur.
He's no more the minister. Don't say he's no more.
Who?
He's no more minister. He's no more the minister. Just
No, I said he's no more the minister. Sorry, I stand corrected. He's no more the minister. But Anurag Thakur is taking the same leadership forward with his MOS Nitish Pramanik. So I think it's a very young team who have, and I must say one thing which actually was very encouraging about Kiran Rijiju when he was the minister. He used social media very effectively to encourage the new generation. His Instagram accounts, his Twitter account, it was very encouraging for youngsters who would otherwise not have good discipline, but to show how sports can keep you away, focus you, make you a team player. It helps you in your education, it helps in concentration. So it was a wonderful job that he has done. And I think in one voice, whether you're sitting on this side or that side, I think good work must be recognized. And this is one great contribution this department has done. My friend Gaurav Gogoi extensively talked about federations. I think what he said was true. Federations have their own challenges. But I would like to put forward a point that he said that let's rise above politics in sports. I think he's absolutely right. And I think India has proved that several times. Look at cricket as a fine example. Anurag Thakur has been in BCCI for years. I still remember late Arun Jaitley ji has a huge contribution. Rajiv Shukla ji. Now these two are from an ideology which is different from what Rajiv Shukla ji and Sharad Pawar had. But all four of them worked together when it came to the beneficiaries of putting cricket on a world map. So I think this really shows it's a wonderful example where people with different ideologies, when it comes to the country, can work how well together. Even in football. Now football is Praful Patel ji heads it, Manvinder Singh ji that time was in BJP when he was taken on board. So there is no politics here, or even Brijbhushan Singh ji. I would like to put that also on record, because Brijbhushan Singh ji, even if he is in a different ideology than us, I appreciate his contribution for what he has done for wrestling, and he has never brought politics. Whenever he comes to Maharashtra, Mr. Pawar happens to be the head of wrestling in Maharashtra. And we have worked very, very closely, and no politics has ever come in wrestling ever. All these sports are done, and it's a very mature agreement that we've all done. Even Rajvardhan ji talked about the great improvement done in Khelo India. Sir, it's very interesting because most people look at my family as a political family. But I also happen to come from a family which is very, very sporty. I mean, not very many people know my family for that, but people who know my family traditionally know that my grandfather, Sadhu Shinde, played cricket for India. My mother-in-law, Shashi Bhatt, played badminton for India. My sister, Neeta Patil, played kabaddi for India. And my son plays basketball for India and the state. So there are 4 different sports in my own family. So I would like to bring to the notice of this House, and this is, I'm not criticizing you, but this is something, I think this 193 is about sports. So I would like to bring, because Hema Malini ji the other day talked about one district, one sport is what you have brought out. Now I come from one family. My mother-in-law, my grandfather, my son, and my sister all four from the same umbrella play four different sports. So if in one family in the same district has excelled in four, all have played nationals, all on merit. So if this is the case, how can you think of doing one district per sport? Because each one has proved, and this was way before all this Khelo India came. I mean, my mother-in-law unfortunately passed away many, many years ago, but she didn't have infrastructure in those times. I mean, if she was alive, she would have been 93 years old today. But Shashi Bhatt she played nationals with Nandu Natekar in those days. There was no great infrastructure. Women were not playing as much, but she did play her nationals there. But we are all in one district, so this program may be very well intended. I mean, I'm glad the Commerce Minister is here. It's like one product per district is a good idea. But one sport per district, I don't think is a very good idea. So you should rethink this policy. And why not? Look at what we have done in Balewadi. Not because it's from my state, but I seem to know a little more about it. So I would like to share that as a success story. We have a very good institute, sir, in Balewadi. It is under the name of Chhatrapati Shivaji Sports Complex. Balewadi is in Pune district. We have a very good international sports university which has just started. And we have started a new program called Bachelors of Sports Management and Bachelors of Sports Science. It's a sports university created by Government of Maharashtra. And I'm sure there will be good, we could work with Government of India to improve it. So instead of making it per district, per state a sport, why not have such sports universities? And this entire Balewadi complex has every sport which Government of India has, all of them, right? Except cricket, every sport, traditional sports, all the like football, basketball, every kabaddi, kho-kho, everything under one complex. So why can't we think of having such complexes with support systems of good places to stay, good canteens, good infrastructure? So rather than just focusing at district levels, because most sportsmen, I am a mother of a sportsman, so I know they have to keep traveling all over. They sit on that garib, and I'm very happy they go by trains because they learn so much. I agree, Rajwardhan ji was saying very complimentary that Khelo India, you're taking them by plane, which is a very nice thing. But I was quite happy that my son had to go by Garib Rath to Kerala and Madhya Pradesh and many, many places. That's how they saw India, and they really felt what real India is. And another thing is, even here I say that infrastructure definitely is improved. But Gaurav Gogoi ji talked about all the larger sports, the success stories of India. I would take this conversation a little down to the grassroots. I don't want to repeat his points. But when the school kids, when they go to play interstate, this outside of Khelo India, there are challenges of infrastructure. And I'm not saying Madhya Pradesh government by itself, because as a mother, I experienced it. My son went to play in Madhya Pradesh. And I had reached out, and I thank Yashodhara Raje Scindia, who was very, very kind. This entire team went to a school, and there were no proper toilets. And this could happen even in my state. So this is not about Madhya Pradesh versus Maharashtra. Please don't get me wrong. But my point is, so this infrastructure, various spots, when schools go, districts go, or states go, we still have a gap there. So is there some other way? It's not important just by going by plane is not important. But I think the infrastructure, once you go there, they stay in schools, which is also absolutely fine at that young age. Thoda rough tough rahenge, to unke liye aage life mein acha rahega. But I think if there is some more way for betterment of our states to improve our infrastructure, or if you come to my state, if Madhya Pradesh children, and they all play at Balewadi, they will have a much ready infrastructure where they can play. So I would suggest that instead of doing this one district, if we could change this, it would be really happy. And I don't think when it comes to sports, there is really any Rajniti there. And sir, by nature, if you look at sports, which worries me most of the time, like cricket has had a completely different ball game. India cricket it's almost like you discuss politics on every dining table, cricket is discussed. But I'm glad now, IPL is a great success story that India has seen, and a lot of new talent has come with it. Same thing about kabaddi, pro kabaddi, all these leagues, whether it's hockey, whether it's kabaddi, you see a lot of new people, new sportsmen getting recognition, and not just recognition, even financial support, because there are sponsors in this game. I'm not saying it's commercial, but at the same time, if governments, everything government can't do, but if we encourage all these bodies independently, how did IPL become a success? There was no government support. Pro kabaddi, even the media realizes the importance of all these sports because a lot of these channels invest in these.
राजकारणातील प्रत्येक अचूक बातमीचे सर्वात आधी अपडेट्स मिळवण्यासाठी सरकारनामाच्या सर्व सोशल मीडिया प्लॅटफॉर्मला लाईक, फॉलो आणि सबस्क्राइब करा. तसंच सर्व नोटिफिकेशनसाठी बेल आयकॉन प्रेस करायला विसरू नका.